Paul Reed. I didn't know how to start this video off since I'm on a high right now from that Hornets game, but man, I knew it was going to be a good game. My Detroit Pistons just ended 2-game winning streaks, one being the Knicks 8-game winning streaks, and the other one obviously being the Hornets 9-game winning streak. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie, I was worried for a second, bro, because Detroit went cold. We was up by like 8, and for some dumb reason kept checking up threes, knowing damn well we get 90% of our shots from the paint. That man LaMelo Ball noticed the slump, and he just kept pushing the pace. He kept feeding Knipple, and he was dropping some monster threes. And the Hornets as a team were just making it rain on us. They made 19 out of their 47 three-point attempts versus my Pistons, who only made 5 threes out of 25. And yep, that's not a typo. We kept an 8 to 12 point lead for most of the game, despite the Hornets making more three-pointers. And I have to sit here and say, man, that Hornets arena is electric. And I can tell the Pistons was feeling it because they kept pushing the pace, trying to get buckets to silence all that noise, even though we were up by like 8 to 12 for most of that game. The crowd finally simmered down. Everyone was playing composed at first until the ball got inbounded, and this happened.
Clearly, fouling is not a problem for a good defensive team. And Duren is fouled, and oh my goodness. And Moussa's upset. Moussa's really upset. I have never seen Moussa Diabaté like this. Oh my goodness, now Miles and Duren and Beef Stew. This is out of control.
Watching this live was like a fever dream. Before this game, Melo really should have spoke with Diabaté in preparation for Stu. He should have hit him with the Diabaté, it's the Pistons. But in this case, Stu wasn't the Piston that swung first. It was Duren. After JD put his hand in his face, I knew he got in his head. But I didn't expect him to chase Duren down. Buddy felt disrespected to the max. And once I saw Bridges putting the paws on Duren, I knew we won this game. All Bridges did was ignite Beef Stew because, like I said, it's the Pistons. We don't play that shit. And once things settled down a bit, they finally managed to get Diabaté in the locker room, and the officials ruled that Bridges, Diabaté, Stu, and Duren are ejected from the game. And I don't know about the other Pistons fans. Y'all probably was worried they might lose, but what y'all know about B-Ball Paul? From the moment he stepped onto the floor all the way into the final buzzer, it was the Paul Reed show. Hitting crucial free throws, monster blocks, and a three-pointer to add to his performance. He was always in the action getting 2 steals and what should be 2 blocks, but for some reason they only recorded 1 block in the box scores? Weird. But as Paul Reed was just executing poetry in motion on the court, things were still being hectic. The Hornets was secretly trying to get Paul Reed into foul trouble as he was the only big left for the Pistons, but he didn't give in. He remained calm, poised, and left everything on the court. At this moment in time, I thought the refs was done with ejections. But nope, the head coach wanted in on the action. After Paul Reed got fouled, their head coach had some words to say to the ref after making that call, resulting in the Hornets having to play the rest of the game without their head coach. This game was absolute cinema. 10 times better than the snooze fest at the Super Bowl. Speaking of the Super Bowl, somebody said that that's why everybody was upset, because they lost their parlay on the Super Bowl. I was going to talk about the Knicks game and how we stopped their win streak, but that game was complete buns. Dookie cheeks. Knicks fans was coping over that loss because they didn't have Karl Anthony Towns. You mean the player that you yourself as a Knicks fan bash on a daily basis. But when he's out for a game, all of a sudden y'all need him? Okay. In that same game, we didn't have our all-star center, JD, but I digress. The Knicks didn't even score 100 points. Even when we played them before this game, we was down JD and Uncle Toby, and didn't score 100 in that game either. Brunson need to wake up. These are not the same Pistons from last year. I was so happy when that coach got fired and they brought in JB Bickerstaff, and now look at him, about to coach one of the all-star teams. Truly poetic. But that's all I wanted to say. If you're not subscribed, grab that sub button or slap it. She'll like it either way. And leave a like, and I'll see you next time.